Hey folks, Mike Brookfield here. Welcome to episode number 8 of Eric Clapton, Bluesbreakers lessons. So what we're doing here is we're investigating, the Eric Clapton parts on the John Mayall record, and it's been good fun. This is number 8, so if you've been following this series, we've kind of worked through a lot of these tunes, and this week it's the turn of Rambling on My Mind. So, we all know it's a Robert Johnson tune. It's the first time Clapton sang on record. Lead vocals, that is. He probably did backing vocals and stuff with the Yardbirds. But this is the first time his, voice was at the lead voice on a track. So, and what an amazing first performance, If that was my first performance singing, you'd be pretty happy, wouldn't you? And it's basically a duet between guitar and piano. And I think the guitar, there's 2 tracks. There's one very subtle rhythm guitar and a piano track, and then Clapton singing and more of a riffy lead track. So, what I'm going to do is what I always do, which is play the most perceivable thing. So what you hear the most is what I'm going to play and teach, if you like. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thanks to everybody who's left positive comments and everything on this series so far, and everybody who did the poll recently. I did a poll like on how do you like what you get in here, kind of lesson wise? Are you happy with Clapton? Whoa, I've had enough Clapton already. Or what else would you like to see? So thanks to everyone for doing that. What else can I say about this track? I actually had a quick listen to the Robert Johnson track, and it is, if you haven't heard it recently, go back and have a quick listen to the Robert Johnson version, and it will kind of shock you how good it is. Because I just kind of put it on, I thought I better have a quick listen to the Robert Johnson one in comparison, and you kind of listen, and the slide guitar and the rhythm and the vocal against the playing, you're kind of like, geez, how did he pull that off? It's just really, really good. So if you haven't listened to that recently, definitely give it a whirl. But let's have a look at the Clapton version with John Mayall, and you can have a look through you can see me play through the track now. Go. So that was me playing through the track. I did a clean take, which was kind of okay, and then I thought maybe it just sounds a bit flat, because he obviously had to turn down for this track with it just being guitar and it's, you know, a piano. It's not as wild as, you know, some of the heavier tracks. So I wanted to do a cleaner representation of it. So I didn't use the overdrive, the plexi Keeley pedal that I use a lot. And it sounded quite nice, but it didn't sound quite as cool. So that version you heard there was had just a tiny little bit of the Keeley overdrive on to give it that little bit of bite and stuff. So, but it's definitely worth noting that it is lower in gain than some of the other tracks. So I probably wouldn't be approaching it with the same, you know, muscle tone, if you like, that the other tracks have got. They're pretty kind of hefty and dirty, some of them with the cranked Marshall sound. But this one, because it's a duet, obviously you have to kind of tone it down a bit, otherwise it sounds a bit out of context. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fly straight into this and just start teaching the solo. So get your axe out and play along. Here we go. So Ramble on My Mind. So he does the intro. He starts off with the train kind of thing in the key of E. So 7 and 8th fret. And then you got this trill. So there's a lot of trills in this, which is really good. You have to just try and relax when you're playing trills. You can't do it if you're stiff. So if you're finding the trills kind of tricky, I would definitely make a conscious effort to kind of relax the shoulders, relax the muscles in the arm, and just trying to get a little bit more loosey-goosey with it, you know. If you're kind of all stiff, those trills will come out a little bit funny, you know. So I notice that when I watch myself back, when I'm relaxed and when I'm not relaxed. Sometimes I make a conscious effort to relax, and it's almost like a lot of the tension just fizzles away, and I generally play less mistakes. So if you can make that conscious thought to kind of relax, it does definitely help your consistency of playing. So I'll just go through that intro again really slowly. So you've got a trill, hammer on, so that is like, you know, you can see it's the turnaround. I'm using a bit of hybrid picking here, aren't I? Going, so I'm kind of like picking the notes of the B7, and then when he's singing, you know, he's got. The tricky bit is actually trying to trill when you're doing that double stop. And then to the B7. There's a little riff he does on the first chorus where he goes. Really nice. And then so you can really just concentrate on that first chorus and use it as a template for playing the rhythm part. So I'll play it once again all the way through. So you got loosey-goosey. just really focusing on that first chorus, and use that for your template for playing the rhythm part. If you want to be completist, you can watch my performance video with the tab and just dig into the whole of it. So now let's have a look at the guitar solo. So again, it's just really cool. He's coming out of the turnaround. He's got... I like to use my second finger on that first note. Then I get my first finger in there. So... And then you've got this repetitive phrase. So 4 of them, then 1 more, and then 1 more staccato-ish one. So you do that 1 more, really 2 really staccato ones, and then 1 where you just kind of hold the bend, and then back to, and then you got... So let's go over that repetitive thing. So you got 4, 1 more, 2 staccato, hold it, 1 normal. So you might want to write that down. So it's like 4 normal, 1 more, 2 really staccato, 1 hold it, and then 1 more normal. So 4 normal, 1 more, 2 staccato, hold it, 1 normal, and then you're into... So that from the 80s. And you got, when he goes to the A chord, you know... You can see that is, you know, really based around the A, so he's playing the changes like a jazzer, you know. And then when it goes back to the E chord, and again, and then you're at the 8th. Do a full bend there, and then just a bend down on the 7. So that's kind of an interesting bit. And then pretty standard. Turn around. So there's the guitar solo. I'll play it one more time all the way through for you, will I? So it's... One more, 2 staccato. And at the end, it's worth noting he does this little side slip into an E7 chord there. So you got, you know, so there you go, Rambling on My Mind. Ooh, pretty cool version, isn't it? You know, really, when you think about how young he was, how mature he's playing, he's not overcooking it. It's just the right amount of notes. When you compare it to the Robert Johnson thing, the Robert Johnson is a very, very different thing. You can see the inspiration with the turnarounds and some of the rhythm stuff, but you know, very brave of him to take on a tune like this. But he did it. He took it on with your man John Mayall and the bands, and sounds great. So cooking. I hope you're enjoying this series. Please do drop a comment and subscribe and say hello and do all of those things, and CDs on the website, t-shirts, all that kind of stuff. Keep it burning, everyone, and see you on the next one. The next one's a big one that you've been waiting for, isn't it? So keep it happening, and see you soon.